Hello, stamping friends. This is Jenny from Celebrate the Journey. It's Wednesday night, time for Facebook Live. I thought I had turned my sound down, but I didn't. But now I think it's taken care of. So we don't have that little extra feedback. So I posted that we were going to make a gingerbread house. We woke up today to cold weather. Now I know in Colorado it's going to snow in October. I really wasn't ready for chilly weather today. It got better as the day went on, but we had a little bit of rain off and on, so it's okay. But I'm ready for cooler weather, but I don't know that I'm ready for snow. But that's okay. We'll be ready for Christmas because we're going to have made all our Christmas cards, aren't we? So I'm using this set tonight called Sweet Gingerbread, and it has matching dies that go with it. Lots of fun little elements that will go, make your card really cute. And, some stamps, some sentiments. You could even change this and make it be a welcome home card, or congratulations on your new house. You don't have to make it be gingerbready. So there's lots of ways you could use this outside of Christmas. Plus it's got this cool picket fence that you can use for other cards and ideas. So we're going to make kind of a pastel. I wanted to go with softer colors, so I'm using some of the paper from the Gingham collection. Let's see, what's it called? I don't know if I have it written down over there, but it's the cottage gingham paper, and it has larger prints on one side and smaller on the other. And this is, I believe, probably Blushing Bride. So we're going to use that as our starting point for our card colors. And we're going to do just some die cutting to start with. So I think that will help get some of the things out of the way. We're going to die cut our house. We're going to do the scalloped roof, a cloud, and some trees and some snow. None of those items require stamping. Now, if I wanted to stamp the house, I could, but we're just going to use crumb cake. So I don't have to do any stamping on there. So we're just going to cut it with crumb cake. We're going to cut some trees with a scrap of pear pizzazz. So we can do a good bit of cutting all at the same time. Oh, and I think we can cut our picket fence with some basic white. So we'll see how much we can get cut all at one time. Depends on how big the platform is, I suppose. We'll see what we can do. So all of these are going on my plate. I should have thought about using the mini cut and emboss, but I didn't get that out today. Today's our day to run errands, and so I get a little distracted and tired by the end of the day. Sometimes. So let me know what you've been doing today. I hope it's been something fun. And we're going to save the cloud for later. There we go. We got most everything on here all at one time, so that helps. sure I put all my pieces in a safe place. Here's our little house. Our trees. Our gable. I guess that's probably what that's called. And our picket fence. Our picket fence is going to create a little bit of confetti here with all these pieces, but they pop out very quickly. Well, good grief, Sue. I can't believe you're here live tonight. Welcome. And Leanne's here. Hi, Karen. I'm glad you turned the paper pumpkin kit into cards. I actually thought about you could make a Halloween banner with some of those pieces from the paper pumpkin. But then I decided that I just wanted to be able to give the kids in the neighborhood something cute, and maybe, you know, my hairdresser, she has a little one, give her a treat. But that paper pumpkin really was, it was fun and cute to put together. So I hope you'll share your pictures, Sue. We'll be anxious to see what you did. Now we got all this little trash. Ooh, I could order extra refills. I could. That's a good idea, Leanne. And then I could make my Halloween banner. Because I think I made a Halloween banner a couple years ago and used it for quite a while. But I guess when we moved, it probably didn't move with us. So we'll scoop up all that. Hope it doesn't get in the carpet. Here's a hint for you. Don't get gray carpet in your craft room. When you drop these dies on the carpet, you can't find them. It's crazy. I wasn't thinking about that, was I? Now we're going to stamp some scrolls on our little house. Because this goes right on there, you kind of need to know where to stamp. So I'm just going to lay that there to let me know. And we're going to stamp that with Early Espresso. Hi, Gay. Thanks for joining us tonight. And Marge, my goodness, we got lots of visitors. So now our little scroll work can go there. We also have the outlines for the windows and the doors. So we'll add, you don't have to put those on there, but they kind of give it a little more detail. It's the good thing about the photopolymer is you can see where you're lining those things up. Isn't that cute? I don't think we have any more brown. We'll see. We can always get it out again if we need to. Now I want to stamp some windows, and I want them to look like the light shining through. So I've got a piece of scrap of Daffodil Delight, and I have a Daffodil Delight ink pad. So we're going to do the windows, if we can find them here. This is interesting, the way they have them hooked together on the stamp, which is a good idea because the windows dies are not hooked together. But you want to be able to, you can either stamp it directly there, but it wouldn't look pretty on crumb cake, or you can die cut them. And if you stamp them too close to each other, when you go to die cut them, it just won't work. So that's I'm glad they did that, because I've been known to stamp things too close together and then you can't use the dies. And now we need a door, and we're going to let our door be Blushing Bride. If I have a piece of Blushing Bride here, I do, a tiny little piece. And we'll ink that up. These are solid, so you really need to get them nice and inky to get a good impression. If you ever have trouble with that, stamping it in Versamark first before you use it on your ink is helpful. It'll help pick the ink up better. So we'll be cutting these out, and we'll be cutting these out. We're also going to cut out a little wreath to go on there. So I've got some scrap here, and we're going to stamp that with soft sea foam, because remember, I'm using the pastel-y kind of Christmas idea here. And I'm going to stamp 2 just in case one cuts crooked. And I can go ahead and stamp my gumdrops at the same time. We have this little bitty gumdrop, and we're going to stamp 2 of those with Coastal Cabana. We should be singing, isn't there a song about gumdrops? Or we need Claudia here to help us with that. Sugar plums and gumdrops. Okay, we also need to stamp, let's see what, we've got some more scraps here, some lollipops. And we're going to stamp those with Mango Melody. You can see it's already been stained. The reds tend to stain, but they still stamp just fine. So don't let that worry you if it bothers you. It shouldn't, because we'll stamp on a 3rd one just in case. Your stamps will still stamp fine even if they have a stain on them. Now let's see if we can't line all these up and get them die cut at one time, pretty much. We'll use some repositionable tape to do that. So we went to Costco today and looked at Christmas trees. Can you spend $1,000 on a Christmas tree? I can't. Just don't ask me. I can't even pay this. I just can't imagine why you would need to spend that much money on a Christmas tree. So we're going to keep our tree that we didn't spend $1,000 on. Just think you could go on a vacation for $1,000, maybe. All right, let's see if we can get this on here. Let's move this one up. We'll get all these cut at one time. We got these gumdrops. They give you multiple dies for the gumdrops. That's fabulous. And we got our wreath. The wreath maybe should be pear pizzazz, but I guess we'll go with what we've got here right now. Another piece of tape. Oh, thank you, Karen. My new space is great, isn't it? I'm gonna take pictures of it soon, but I guess I better clean up the table first. You could all come and stamp with me and see it in person. If Karen came, you can come. I even have a bedroom for you. So, you're always welcome. You might not want to come in the snow. I don't know. Or you might like snow and cold weather. It's something different. All right, let's see what we've got here. Only thing we're going to have left to cut is our snow. We're going to do something real fun with that. Get all our dies out here so I don't lose them. Put them back on the magnet sheet. Lots of little bitty pieces. I don't usually do. You could do all of this with just stamping and not die cutting anything if you wanted to. So if you don't like die cutting, then I'll show you how you can do this with just stamping tomorrow or the next day. There are our gumdrops. So other than our snow, we're about ready here. So let's die cut our snow. Kind of get that straight, hopefully. Didn't do too bad. Just one little snip there. Okay. Now we're ready to assemble our cute little card. Now the first thing I'm going to do is move all this over to the side. I went ahead and cut a piece of balmy blue. And I think this is 3 by 4 1/4. I'm not positive. It's 4.5 by 3 1/4. So it was close. And we're going to put that on our gingham paper. And the gingham paper is 4 by 5 1/4. It's our regular card. Yes, Leanne, can you believe it was over $1,000. The one we were looking at was $700. We didn't look very long. It's just like, no. Because when Robert said, oh, I like this one, I said, you're going to pay $700 for a tree? He said, no, I guess I will. Now we're going to put our snow on here. We're going to line it up on the bottom. You know, if you have $1,000 for a Christmas tree, you really could be putting your money into somewhere else. I don't know where, but I also need to order some Link of Stella. I realize that. We're gonna put a little sparkle on our snow. I didn't realize this. I think this is my last one, and it's getting low. You can't see it a whole lot, but we're, you know, if somebody, when the person gets it in the mail, they will see it. You just can't see it on the camera. Now, you know, we have this new product. It's called Snowfall Puff Paint. And everybody said I should have used it. Yes, Marge, $1,000 of Stampin' Up stuff. I suggest you do that tonight. I think that would be the best use of your money. So anyways, everybody said I should use this on the cards with the beer and the, you know, the foam on the craft beer cards. And I had just gotten it that day, so I had not played with it. So I wanted to play with it before. It's very runny, so be careful with that. Now, I'm not going to put any here because the house is going to go there. I'll put just a little here. Robert's laughing, Marge, because he says you should really be spending $1,000 tonight. I give you permission to do that. I don't know. We're going to put a little bit here. And we're going to put a little down here where we're going to put our gumdrops. Oops, wrong lid. I'm not with it tonight. So now we're going to use our heat gun. I need to use my tweezers here so I don't burn myself. And we're going to make this, it puffs up like snow. So hold on, you're going to have to hear it. Oh, look, now I can kind of see it puffing up. Can you see it getting to where it's looking more like snow? There we go. That one came out very puffy. I think I'll put a little more right there because it didn't, maybe I didn't put it thick enough. I was afraid it would be runny. See, it's kind of runny, but maybe it's supposed to be that way. So we'll puff that up. Isn't that cool? Look at that. It's just like it snowed here in Colorado. I think that came out real cute. You know, the smoke puffs that come out of the Santa's train would be cute with this. The beer would be cute. Lots of things. So now we're going to put our fence on here. Let's trim that off. It's kind of crooked looking. Right about here.